Hey, if you're here, good for you. You're getting a bonus demonstration on how to do this example. If maybe you stink at factoring, but you love long division, this might be the example for you. So let's chat, shall we? So when you're doing long division on an example like this one, you need a placeholder on the divisor, which is on the outside, of plus 0x. So I'm going to set that up for us. So we'll have over here x squared plus 0x minus 4. That's on the outside. And then on the inside, we actually don't need any placeholders because we do have everything accounted for. So we have 3x cubed plus 5x squared minus 12x and minus 20. And we're going ahead to treat this like a normal example. And the main difference you're going to notice is when you divided by a binomial, all of your little steps along the way were binomials. Here I'm dividing by a trinomial, so I'm going to have trinomial steps. So while one will cancel and you drop down a new one, two will remain as a part of the problem. If any of those ever become 0, we write the 0 and you treat it like a normal number. You don't just throw it away. All right. So let's go from here. I'm going to start off. I'm going to divide the 3x cubed, right, on the inside, the leading term, by x squared on the inside. I'm sorry, on the outside. And that's going to give me, I don't really have room to fit it, 3x. That gets written here above the negative 12x. So I'm going to write 3x right over there. So that came from this, okay, gave me this. I'm going to take that and I'm going to distribute it to all three. 1, 2, and 3. All right, so 3x times x squared is 3x cubed plus 0x squared, don't get weird about it, minus 12x. Parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel just that. 5x squared minus nothing, 5x squared. Don't get weird. Negative 12x, just random chance that this example happens to have a few zeros in it. They don't always do that. Negative 12x minus negative becomes plus 12x plus 0x. And then I bring down the next, negative 20. We're at the end of the line for our division. We have one more round, okay? So negative 20 right there. And, yes. And I'm going to divide the 5x squared by the x squared, and that will equal 5. And that's going to be a positive 5, so I write that right here, plus 5. And then again, I'm going to multiply it by all three pieces right there. 5 times bing, bang, boom. 5x squared plus 0x. I'm even treating 0 like a regular coefficient. And then 5 and negative 4 is negative 20. Parentheses, minus sign, underline, cancel. 0x minus 0x is 0x. Negative 20 minus negative 20 is negative 20 plus 20 is 0. So it is possible that your remainder ends up being a linear binomial, like 2x plus 3. That could be your remainder, and you'll write that over x squared minus 4. So the power of your denominator, so here it's x squared, the thing we're dividing by, x squared. The remainder will be of a degree at least 1 less. So your squared is what you're dividing by. Your remainder could have x to the first or x to the 0 or both. When we were dividing by x or x to the first, my remainders were always constants. If I were dividing by x cubed, my remainder could have x squared, x to the first, or constants, or all three, or 2 of the 3, whatever. Now, 0x plus 0 is 0. I don't have a remainder. In the event that I did, your answer would be written as 3x plus 5 plus divided by x squared minus 4. I'm probably not going to put the placeholder here. And then whatever your remainder is, 0x plus 0, would go above. So I did mention in another example, I'll talk about it more in the synthetic division example, which is right after this one, that this is a case where I would write plus, and even if there was some negatives happening here, I would probably write plus and put the negatives there if I wasn't confident on how to pull out that negative. However, because that is really a remainder of 0, it's not necessary to write that, and that is your answer right there. If you're really, really bad at factoring by grouping for some reason and you couldn't get it to work, well, if that's the answer and your remainder is 0, that means 3x minus 5, or I'm sorry, 3x plus 5 times, in this case, x squared minus 4 equals this thing that we just divided, and you could always continue factoring from there. So good for you for watching this. Give yourself a pat on the back, put a thumbs up on the video, or thumbs down if you want, whatever. Click through for the next example. There's one about synthetic division that's up next, and have a great day.